Hello everybody, I'm Ellbristow, this is Ellitopia Gaming. Welcome back to KSP Live. Last week we had actually a successful mission at last to Serran. We actually managed to get 2 unmanned probes to land on Serran. This week we are hopefully going to make good use of the maneuver nodes that we unlocked by upgrading the mission control building, was it? Yes, that gave us flight planning and maximum active contracts of 7. We are going to be using that particular feature, the maneuver nodes, to help us on a mission to Aptur, the other planet that we, or planetoid, kind of semi-planet. Hey there, LMP Dragon. Ribbit? What's Ribbit? Yes, the semi-planetoid that orbits very close to the same orbit as Kerbin in this modified solar system that we're using. We have tried to land on it a couple of times. We have failed. Oh, bashing my microphone. We have failed quite a number of times even to get close to Aptur. So hopefully this week we will have more success. We have 2 contracts, one for a flyby of Aptur and one for the normal exploring Aptur, landing on, transmitting scientific data, etc, etc. So hopefully we can complete both of those at the same time. Now this got to Serran, so we know for sure that this is capable of getting to Aptur. I am wondering if it's capable of getting to and returning from Aptur, which would give us significantly more science. I believe Aptur doesn't have an atmosphere, so the parachutes will be pretty useless, but they will be useful for returning home again. So the big question is, do we need to modify the Manolia 3 at all? Or could we just send it as is? So yes, let's rename this the Manolia 4. I think we're going to stick with this craft, this design, this exact design, and we'll take this to Aptur with us. So we'll save that. Okay. Oh, nighttime launch. Do we want a nighttime launch? Doesn't really make any difference, I guess. I think we've got plenty of battery power. And these will be charging our batteries when we launch. So yeah, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So, almost straight away, on goes the SAS. Throttle goes to 100%. And we are ready for a launch. Here we go. We are away. Ooh, that ducking is really not ducking enough. Hold on, let me duck it down a bit more. There we go. Hopefully you can still hear me over the sound of the engines now. 41. So we're getting there. Let's have this pointing back to mission control for the moment. Or shall we have it pointing to Geosync 1, I think. Oh, and activate it. It's probably a good idea. There we go. How's our Apo doing? 45. Yeah, not as efficient a burn as we've had before. Yeah, look, see, we're hitting the atmosphere now. There is the Perry. $98 by 102. Close enough. There we go. Oh, we've got stage destroyed, stage destroyed. I still keep forgetting to put parachutes on those stages. We would be able to recover those. So, we're in orbit. Now, we need to be having a look at how we get ourselves to Aptur. And now we have maneuver nodes. That shouldn't be too tricky. Let's set Aptur as our target. And then if we go here, add a maneuver here to burn us out. We want to try and get, yeah, see, that's really not what we want, is it? We want to kind of be leaving the influence of Kerbin on an orbit that would be fairly similar to Aptur. And That was not it. Right, we should be burning. My counter was wrong. Never mind, won't make a big difference. At least we are burning. And we are about to... There we go. There we go. Right, we are now directly orbiting Sonna. At the ascending node, we will add a maneuver to, hopefully, match, there we go, the inclination of our target. Right. 28, 27, 26. Okay, so there's 2 minus 2 is all we need, isn't it? Here we go. Ready? 3, 2. Oh, that's the end of that tank. Damn it. Okay. Right, that manoeuvre is done. We now are on a 0-0. There we go. Excellent. So, now to get an encounter. Every time we're close to an Aptur encounter, it's actually... See, that's pretty close. Every time we're close to an Aptur encounter, it's actually a Kerbin encounter. I'm going to try this burn. And... Oh, we don't have communication. Why don't we have communication? What's going on? That's because of our stupid satellite network. We will have communication. There we go, once we get out there. Nearly there. Okay, so we're pointing at target. We have communication. We have fuel, we have power. I'm getting ready to burn. An odd burn, but it will get us quite close to Aptur, and then hopefully we can do an adjustment to get closer as we approach it. Here we go. T-minus 41 is our mark. 3, 2, 1. Mark. Cut the engines. Right. How did we do? Right, so we have an encounter. I don't know why they didn't cut the engines then. We have a... not an encounter. We have an almost rendezvous here. So, in theory, so this again very close to where the orbit crosses over with Kerbin. In theory, if we do another burn... There we go. We have there an Aptur periapsis that we can play with. ...162 kilometres... 61 kilometres. Hey there, Ryan 77352. Mind if I call you Ryan? It's easier than remembering lots of numbers. 64. I don't think there's any atmosphere or anything like that on Aptur. It's just basically a rock. So that manoeuvre is the manoeuvre that we're after. A 13-second burn once we get round to that point, and we can possibly even tweak that closer. And And there we go. So we are now approaching Aptur. Whoops. Our current orbit, 217 meters a second. That's not bad. That's not bad. So let's get ourselves in towards the periapsis. Look at that. That would give us a Kerbin encounter almost straight away. Look at that. Look at this. That's quite low, isn't it? That's quite low. I think we might... Let's burn that back up a bit, because this is a rather irregular shape. And I suspect it possibly has some bits and pieces jutting out that we are quite liable to hit. I don't really know where its centre of rotation is. I'm assuming it's here, but I could be wrong. So, we got in orbit around Aptur at last. This has got to be like our 4th try, and it took manoeuvre nodes for us to do it. We're in quite a nice orbit because we're going to maintain communication virtually the whole time we are in orbit. We'll probably try and land over here somewhere. Okay, so let's have a look at these. We got our flyby of Aptur. Talk about close encounters. Any closer and there'd be paperwork. Indeed. 50,550 funds, 8 science and 17 reputation for a flyby, and for achieving an orbit around Aptur we've received 7,125 funds and 3 reputation. So now, what way are we actually going? We're going this way, aren't we? So at the peri we can burn the Apo in, and we'll also hopefully get an idea of how fast this thing is spinning, which is not very fast at all. Indeed, yeah, it's not spinning very fast at all. So let's go straight in and have a look at this thing from close up. Look at that. It's a tiny little thing. You can almost touch it. In fact, we can probably get some science from here. Oh, I'm still accelerated time. Let's toggle this thing out, which unfortunately clips through that. That's a shame, but never mind. Log the data. While in space, high over Aptur. So 30,000 meters is high over. Okay, this tiny hunk of rock can disrupt Sonar's magnetic field. How? Let's transmit that for 3.8 science. And then toggle that back in. That actually completes another part of the contract. So let's log the temperature. Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible. Oh, we've seen that one before, but from a different location this is. So let's transmit that. We'll save the mystery goo, but we'll do a probe report from here. The temperature indicates that all systems are functioning, nominally 0.8 science. Transmit that for what it's worth. Barometer. Oh, reaction wheel failure. Okay. Instrument reads 0 as if it were in a vacuum. It is in a vacuum. 4.8 science. Transmit that. Right, so the reaction wheel, the main reaction wheel on our probe has failed. Which means without that reaction wheel, we would have no control over this. If we toggle that torque, yeah, we have nothing. So we cannot stage that off. We're going to have to land with this tank attached. That is a complication. Okay. That's going to be fun. Fortunately, there's not very much gravity on this thing. Okay, so where is in space near if this is in space? Oh, this is in space near now. Okay, so we can do that one again. Of that data, there we go. The magnetic field is so powerful that some areas in the lowlands have complete magnetic loops protecting them from Sonar's radiation belts. Interesting. Transmit that for 100% science. Toggle that back in. Where did we do the temperature? Was that in space high or in space low? Nope. Collected and recorded temperature data from the environment in space near Aptur. Transmit that. Let's check this. That gave us 6 science for transmitting science from Aptur. So we've got science for transmitting science. 7,125 funds and 2 reputation. That was the reaction wheel failure. Okay. So we need to get back to in-space high, really. But we're only going to do that at the Apo, and we actually might not be going back to in-space high to complete that. We'll have to get it on the way out, hopefully, if we remember, to complete our set of science. Because when we get to our peri, which we're just approaching now, we are going to point ourselves retrograde, and we are going to burn to bring our Apo in to a point where we might be able to land perhaps on this little hill thing here. Takes very little fuel while orbiting this to do any kind of maneuver. As you can see, my throttle is very, very low. To 2120, so that becomes our peri. Hopefully that is how it looks, and we'll be landing on the top of that little kind of nubbin sticking out of there. What I'll do is I'll burn at the peri so that we basically just drop like a stone. We are approaching our periapsis now at 16 kilometers. We are pretty close to this potato, so we are going to burn retrograde until such time as we are basically falling directly towards this hill, which isn't going to take much. I want to land on the kind of on the top of the hill. Go. There it is. Boing. Well, we are down. We've kind of come to a rest. The graphic is the gravity is so weak here that it hasn't actually pulled our craft flat. We'll have to do that ourselves. Look at that. Ooh, I don't like the look of that wobbling around all over the place. That will probably be classified as broken now, won't it? Yes, okay. Direct sunlight, okay. I would like to be standing up. Whoops, that was the wrong button. I don't think we're going to be able to stand up. No, we're not going to be able to stand up. We're too heavy, I think. So our chances of return, I don't know, we could possibly actually get legs aren't really much help, are they? Well, if we take off, we could probably do it like that. However, we have landed. We have landed on Aptur. So let's get some science, because that's what we're here for. Let's just check. Let's turn that off because I just clicked the wrong thing. There we go. Let's check this. Land on Aptur complete. 14,250 funds and 3 reputation. So our only mission remaining is to transmit some science. Let's do magnetometer. Oh, that could stand us up, couldn't it? An accurate reading of the local magnetic field is recorded from Aptur's Midlands. Let's transmit that. And that is actually our mission complete. Bring the magnetometer in. So we got 7,125 funds, 6 science and 2 reputation for transmitting. And for completing our exploration of Aptur, we get 81,937 funds and 16 reputation. Awesome. So let's just squeeze some more science out of this rock. There we go. Collected that science. Transmit that. Let's get the mystery goo from here. It's only worth 2.9. Goodness me. Okay, well, let's transmit it anyway. Did I get a probe report? No, there we go. Another 1 science. Transmit that. And a thermometer. 3.8 science. Transmit that. So that's all the science from here. Let's just have a go. Let's raise the leg. There we go. Let's see if we can use the magnetometer to stand us up. Almost. Almost. But not quite. Come on. Go on. Come on. Come on. Let's get upright. Come on, let's get upright. That is upright. Can we hold it? Looks like we can. There we go. We're even standing on the planet now. Is our SAS holding us in place? Let's turn that off and see what happens. Yes, our SAS is most definitely holding us in place. So, we would fall over. Okay, that's because we haven't got any legs, isn't it? Oh yeah, we're definitely leaning over to one side. So, do we leave this thing here? Do we try and send it home again? I think perhaps we should leave it here. What benefit will leaving it there give us? I suppose it will be easy for us to gather more science from Aptur, but we don't know where the biomes are, so that would be tricky. Looks like it's just kind of all one biome. Sending it home actually probably wouldn't give us much of an advantage. I think we'll leave it there, and then we could use it. I'll tell you what we could do. We could use it as a... I've only got one dish on it, so we can't use it as a relay station. But we could leave it in a polar orbit. Does the magnetic... I beg your pardon? What? What? What on earth happened there? Suddenly we're heading back to Kerbin. That is random. That is so random. And this thing's going to explode if it does that. What on earth? Well, so much for leaving it on Aptur. What happened there? Well, I suppose we better burn to save this little guy. Because otherwise he's going to burn up coming in at that angle. If we put it at... we're gonna... I don't understand. I really don't understand. We're gonna have to bring this guy home, aren't we? Let's put him outside the atmosphere when he passes. And then we'll do a burn there to bring that in so he's in orbit. That's weird. That's really weird. All of a sudden he's on his way home again. That was totally bizarre. Come on, little droid. Yeah, we're gonna have a desert landing, not a water landing. Just about. Gonna land on that kind of peninsula bit sticking out. It's not really a peninsula, is it? Ooh, it's gonna spin around though. Yeah. Okay, that's not good because that means our parachutes are possibly going to take the brunt of the heat. Let's try and keep this thing moving because I want it pointing retrograde still, but that's possibly not going to happen. Come on, come on. No. Come on. Oh, we're slowing down though. We are sub 1,000 meters a second. We are under 20,000 kilometers. We will soon be in a position to... Hey there, Samori. Welcome, welcome. We'll soon be in a position to fire our parachutes. If this thing doesn't break up on us. Right, let me know when it's safe, please, parachutes. Still currently risky. It says safe. Let's try and spin ourselves around and deploy them. Come on, slow us down, parachutes. No, I don't want to go that way. Turn around, spin around. We will dump that fuel tank before we land, don't worry. It's just that we've got no reaction wheels in the actual probe at this point. Come on, come on. No. That's it, that's it, that's it, come on. No. Okay, well let's get our legs down on the probe. Let's dump that fuel tank, there we go. Okay, okay, we're okay. That fuel tank's going to blow up. Hopefully these parachutes are going to do their job for us. Looks like it's going to be a safe landing. Ooh, let's transmit that. Can we grab anything else quickly while we're here? Yep. Transmit that. I think that's all we can get. Probe report. Yeah. Transmit that. Okay, parachutes are open. That's that fuel tank. And all attached items blowing up on contact. But we are going to land nice and gently. Nice and gently. In this little probe. What is that? Is that like a bit of fairing or? That was the doink. That was the decoupler. The decoupler survived from the fuel tank and a bit of fairing attached to it. So we have safely returned this probe to Kerbin, which I didn't really expect. Let's grab what science we can from this desert, if we haven't already grabbed it. Log. Yeah, so we've already got that one. So toggle it back in. We won't have probe data. There we go. We can actually keep that this time because we can recover this now. Log the pressure data. Barometer reads very high. No rain in sight. In fact, you wonder if it has ever rained here. Let's keep that data. And a temperature scan. Hot, 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 probably. Large plumes of heat are rising from the surface of the desert. Oh, we've already had that one as well, so we can reset that. We have 90.5 science available to us. We have 295,960 funds available to us. That's pretty good. That's better than I expected. So the question is, what do we want to unlock this time? We went for the landing stuff last time, and yes, that has definitely made a difference. Because we managed to land, although actually we didn't use any of those parts. So scratch that comment. It made no difference whatsoever. But we now have available to us aerodynamics, which gives us the plane parts, the C2B Horizon cockpit, some wings, some engines, some nose cones, propeller engine. Some pretty cool stuff in there. We have miniaturization, miniaturization, which gives us a size adapter, another size adapter, a small stack separator, and the Clampetron Junior. We have advanced construction, which gives us the start of all the modular colonization system stuff and the orbital colonization system stuff, which I think we might go for. Propulsion systems is the small engines, which are designed for probes and things like that. And heavy rocketry is the big engines and the larger SRBs and the larger life support modules. Of those, I'm thinking maybe the advanced construction, because that's a lot of parts to unlock. And there's not really much else we can gain at this, but what's that? Gorsat. Interesting. That's the box set frame. These are all 100. We can't, over 100. They're 160. We can't actually unlock any of those at this point. What I would like is the mobile processing lab, but we can't unlock that at this point either. Habitation modules, observation modules, EVA, propellant. All of this stuff we can't yet access. So I'm thinking it's either aerodynamics for some space planes or advanced construction. Well, actually, what's the engine that gives us? That gives us the Razor VTOL. That is it, actually. That's the only engine it gives us. Heavy fuselage, VTOL lifter section. I think we're going to go for the advanced construction. That gives us the solar particle collector. It gives us a winch. It gives us the radio engine mounts. It gives us the detachment manifold and the radial decoupler. It gives us the tricoupler. It gives us well, all the modular the first level of the modular colonization system stuff. Airlock. Small airlock suitable for attachment to MKS Mark II and Mark V modules. Interesting. What was that? Some kind of bug just flew into me, I think. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's going to be this, and we can have some good fun playing around with these parts. Maybe making a space station, perhaps. So let's do that. We've unlocked that. Very expensive for us to try and unlock all those parts. We have 296,000 funds. Not enough, unfortunately. We need a lot more funds. Ideally, we need 1 million funds to update the research and development centre. We also need 187,500 to upgrade that so that we get EVAs. That's not really important. That'd be nice, but we can live without that. Tracking station, unowned object tracking. Oh yeah, well, we don't need that for the moment, and we don't need that for the moment. So we've unlocked a huge amount of new parts now. We are possibly in a situation where we can start having a look at setting up a space station. Or even perhaps a colony on another planet. So yeah, that's going to be good fun to play with. But we will pick that up in next week's stream. I'm going to call the stream to a close here. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you are watching this live, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I hope you can come back and join us again next week. If you're watching this on the YouTube highlights, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And by all means, you are welcome to come and join us for next week's live stream every Saturday night at 8 o'clock GMT, 3 o'clock EST. Everyone's welcome, and I'll see you there. Thank you for watching, guys. I've been ellbristow, you've been watching Ellitopia Gaming, and this has been KSP Live. And I will see you next time. See you later.